In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest. I'm just doing my duty, you know, for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, milady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed.
Was soll ich dazu sagen? Wollen wir erstmal mit dem wunderbarsten aller Heroes hier sprechen?
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach.
Du sprichst dich rum.
Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here. Sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her. Even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent.
Und wer genau seid ihr?
I am Septimus, seventh son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods.
Nun, ich kann es mir zwar schon denken, aber... was denkt ihr über Esmeralda?
So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
Und was wisst ihr über Jakes Tod?
Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of 7 couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending.
Das ist es wohl. Ich würde euch noch gern einige Fragen stellen.
And what questions are those?
Über die Untoten.
I can tell you one thing about the undead, and that is to stay the hell away from them. I've seen too many men and women put on a brave face and vow to undo Death's scourge, only to be struck down and have their innards eaten out of them, while their hearts still thumped madly away.
Nun, das klingt übel. Und Sicile?
I hold by the belief that this place is cursed. First,
Verflucht?
the undead, who are getting more vicious by the day, mind.
Stimmt.
Then the orcs, who don't
Yeah.
seem to understand when a war's been lost. Something about this place seems to inspire the worst in those savages.
Das mag wohl sein. Ja, der sagte noch nicht mal so viel Falsches. Ey, bitte keine Annäherungsversuche.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
Nun, sprechen wir über den Mord an eurem Mann.
Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Erzählt mir Näheres über euch selbst.
I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same.
Arm, reich. Sicile.
Well, what do you want to know?
Die Untoten, was wisst ihr darüber?
Praise be that Arhu the wizard has the wits about him to build these newfangled weapons of his, or Sicil would have been the very throne of decay by now. Because of him, life here is almost bearable again, despite the walking dead. Though it's rather eerie and perplexing at the same time to think about how quickly one adjusts to the great dangers when a handful of guardians holds them at bay.
Und Cecil?
We're surrounded. Undead haunting every exit. Orcs gnashing at every entrance. We're sealed in like mummies, you know.
Ja, dann haben wir wenig erfahren, ne?
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry, milady. We Legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who fear neither orc nor demon.
Oh, but what if you were to be ambushed, caught unawares? Oh, catch me, for I might faint.
Die zwei lieben sich. Das ist aber trotzdem... Ich meine, sie hat sich ziemlich schnell von dem Verlust erholt, wie es scheint. Ne? Ich meine, ich will es ja nicht vorwerfen. Das wäre das Schlechteste, was wir machen könnten. Trotz alledem. Trotz alledem. So, was haben wir denn noch für Punkte offen? Ach ja, wir schauen uns mal den Tatort an. Das wäre vielleicht ganz in Ordnung. Ne? Aber wir haben sehr, sehr wenig über das Ganze jetzt erfahren. Ich sag derweil Hallo da draußen an den Bildschirmen. Was bewachen die denn hier? Fragt man sich. Moment.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Also, noch mehr Schleimerei verträgt unser Inquisitor nicht. Also Schleimerei, da ist er ganz. Vor allen Dingen, wenn er sich noch nicht bewiesen hat. Ne?
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
Nun, mein Name ist Konrad. Und wer seid ihr?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
Ihr spracht von einer Gelegenheit.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Ich bin hier, um meine Pflicht zu tun. Und die hat überhaupt nichts mit Abenteuern gemein. Ich bin Inquisitor.
Agreed. Adventuring implies frivolity. Duty does not.
Also wir sind ja voll auf einer Wellenlinie. Ne? Also Scarlett und ich, wir sind so, na, ich kreuz gerade meine Finger, ihr seht's, ne? Wir sind so, also noch tiefer geht's kaum. Im Geiste vereint.
You may tell yourself you dislike adventure, but the mud on your boots and the blood on your blades say otherwise. One wouldn't become a source hunter if one didn't relish the exhilaration of battle, the lust for hidden knowledge and secrets. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Reichtum, das interessiert mich nicht. Gottes Wille. Und das, was ich tue im Namen der Gerechtigkeit, das ist es, was mein Leben antreibt.
Nor me. Wealth is but vanity.
Ja, Scarlett, du sprichst mir aus der Seele. Ich glaube, dieser Mensch hat noch nie die Kirche und das Wohl der Götter für sich in Anspruch genommen.
Oh, but I know you're just being bashful. I bet that in your heart of hearts, your eyes water with joy when you discover yet another treasure during your travels. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
Die Götter bestimmen unser Leben. Und es ist Schicksal, was mit dir oder mir passiert. Es ist keine Schande, Anweisungen zu befolgen, wenn der Dienstherr das Vertrauen auch verdient.
True enough. We serve a just cause, so why wouldn't we follow our orders?
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet's role. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve.
Aber er ist hartnäckig, ne?
And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
Mich interessieren eure fantastischen 5 nicht. Erzählt mir lieber etwas über die Untoten, die hier herumstreuen.
They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop.
Der ist überzeugt von den fantastischen 5, ne? Das muss man immer anrechnen. So, müssen wir hier rein? Gehen wir rein. Wer sind das eigentlich? Ach, Gasthaus zur König. Dort ist der Mord passiert im Gasthaus zur Königskrabbe.
You think you can speak that way to her? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant.
Lalalala. Oh, süß. Ist das wieder eine Katze, mit der wir sprechen können? Au. Wahrscheinlich, ne? Aber wir haben noch nichts, keinen sprechenden Drang. Weil das ist hier ja die ideale Stimme. Wenn das mal kein Stuhl zum Hinsetzen ist. Jetzt das Hut weg. Das wäre zu schön. Sag mal, wieso brennst denn du eigentlich auch? Was ist denn du an, dass du so blitzest? Ach, dein Bogen ist ein Blitzbogen.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Manchmal, ne? Hat er einfach seinen Ruckler. Das ist zum Verrückter. Genau wie bei Baldur's Gate.
Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye.
I am a
doubt you'll match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to 9 matches when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffron's, I dare say.
La 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 la. Wir gehen erstmal schnurstracks.
Drink, you please.
Und da ist sogar eine Wache davor. Sei gegrüßt.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
Nun, ich habe schon mit Aureus gesprochen. Lasst mich bitte hinein.
Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
What? Der schönste magische... Ja, dann schauen wir uns das Ding mal an. Ist fast so ein bisschen wie bei der Eröffnung von Avatar. Also von Ultima 7. Das war in der Scheune.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow, it sent us flying into the stars.
Oha. Oha, das ist aber schön. Hier. Die sind schön, ja. Da drüben stehen welche. Warte mal, wollen wir schauen, ob wir das auch noch anzünden können. That's it. Jetzt wollen wir aber das auch noch anzünden. Kann mich entsinnen. Ist ja schon lange her, dass ich das mit Churchin zusammengespielt habe. Ich kann mich an den sprechenden Kopf kann ich mich noch entsinnen. Aber ansonsten, ja, dass ein Mord passiert ist, aber ansonsten fast gar nichts. Am Anfang ist halt immer viel zum Sprechen, aber dann sind wir viel am Kämpfen.
That lasts a billion words. What's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious.
Moment. Wer seid ihr? Und wie seid ihr hierher gekommen?
Oh yes. Proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is and hopefully all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question.
Um ehrlich zu sein, genau das habe ich mich auch gefragt.
On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow.
Dieser Ort, er schrumpft.
At last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened.
In der Welt der Götter gibt es keine Zeit, sie ist endlos. In der Vergangenheit und Zukunft. Wie kann die Zeit ein Ende haben?
Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens, and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
That imp might be quite mad.
Then we had better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
Oh. Momentan sehe ich noch keine Linse. Die kann hier durchschauen. Anscheinend. Ah, jetzt. Das.
You saw? Terrifying, isn't it? What's this? The portal. It's...
Sieht aus wie ein Skelettdrache.
The portal has become active. Fantastic, astounding. Onward we should go.
Erzähl noch mal ein bisschen was.
The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long, dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more! It cannot be coincidence.
Moment, nicht so schnell. Könnten wir zuerst darüber reden, was wir gerade durch euer Teleskop gesehen haben? Ein Skelettdrache.
Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well.
Was denkt ihr? Liegt jenseits des Portals?
Ah, though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain.
So glaubt ihr es, wir sind irgendwie verbunden mit diesem Ort.
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one.
Nun denn, dann sollten wir durchs Portal gehen.
After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side. You first, but don't dilly-dally. Yes, just as I hoped. There she is, there it is. Come, don't delay.
And he's off!
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Sitzt jemand?
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! unbelievable. I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane?
Es war ein Stein. Ein seltsamer Stein hat uns von dort, wo wir in Rivellon standen, an diesen Ort, den Sternen, teleportiert. Doch ich denke, das wisst ihr schon.
A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so?
Nun, ich denke, das ist genau das, was passiert ist. Habt ihr so etwas schon einmal erlebt?
Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are.
Was genau hat es mit diesem Sternenstein auf sich? Wo kommt er her?
Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
Als Historiker schon.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes, though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all.
Nun, wenn die Steine die Geschichte heilen können, dann sollten wir sie wohl finden.
Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void.
Alphabetisch wird natürlich zack.
Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
Du klar. Aber wir müssen uns erstmal
What do you think, Source Hunter?
Besprechen.
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Nun, wir sehen hier göttliches Werk. Wir können unsere Reaktion auf den Sternstein nicht ignorieren. Auch wenn es verrückt erscheint. Irgendetwas muss an dem Ganzen dran sein.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
Da mögt ihr recht haben, Scarlet.
Come, come! I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon, not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Die Weberin der Zeit hat gemeint, dass sie dadurch, dass wir die Sternensteine finden, wieder am Bilderteppich der Zeit weben kann. Wie genau ist das möglich?
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
Nur noch 1, 2 Fragen, dann bin ich wieder weg.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot!
Vielleicht auch 3, 4. Wenn ich schon nach Sternensteinen suchen soll, wo sollte ich anfangen?
Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the tapestry of time. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world.
Ja, irgendwas muss das ja mit dem Mord zu tun haben, sonst wären wir ja nicht hier.
Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. 2 more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed and consult with my agent.
Mit was für Agenten? Ihr sagtet, ihr seid der Imp-Historiker. Doch scheint ihr mehr zu sein als ein einfacher Imp. Und mehr als nur ein einfacher Historiker.
I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine as long as no one skewers me with a sword, and even then I'll be back in a jiffy.
Eine göttliche Mission. Genau das ist es, auf die ich mich begebe.
But of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all of history, and an arduous task that is. Not to mention how much stress that void out there is causing me. The end of time. I'll be out of a job. So, gather those starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better and close the dark eye of the void forever.
Noch eine letzte Frage. Ich verstehe noch immer nicht, wie der Sternenstein und der Drache der Lehre zusammenhängen.
Neither do I, but the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that it and the Void Dragon are natural enemies. This in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more than an ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both history and future history. It is all of time. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the void. Now, isn't that a lovely mission?
So will der eine die Lehre erzeugen und der andere Geschichte. Ja, so
Before
ähnlich.
you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent. My eyes and ears upon your world.
Ja, das wollte ich gerade noch fragen. Du bist für ein Agent.
I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
Immer die Hektik. Immer diese Hektik. So, eine Rune halt, mit denen wir schnell reisen können. Okay.
The Lady of Time, the Weaver of History. I am your biggest fan, dear lady. Could I get your autograph?
It shall be my pleasure, Sir Imp. I'll embroider it in the first volume of your all-encompassing chronicle.
So schön. Trotzdem ein bisschen weltlich ist er. Ne? So, müssen wir wohin durch? Was ist denn eigentlich das hier?
I have the last chest. The last chest. The last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each, you'll discover how to open me!
Das ist nett. Das ist eine Lagertruhe praktisch drin. Ne? Oh, ist schön verpackt. So, hier haben wir noch nichts. Können wir da jetzt schon was reintun? Nur als Gag. Also ich werde noch nichts reintun, weil wir haben noch nichts. Nee. Wir müssen erst eine andere Truhe finden, ehe wir hier was reintun. Das ist in Ordnung. So, hier können wir auch noch nichts machen. So, schauen wir ein bisschen grober drüber. Hier ist auch noch nichts. Das macht mich kirre. Macht mich bei Baldur's Gate kirre. Und hier genauso. So, was haben wir hier? Hier kommen wir zum Observatorium. Das sind die ganzen Welten, die uns noch nicht offen stehen, ne? Da brauchen wir noch gar nicht so richtig hin. Müssen wir zurück zum Observatorium oder hat sich hier ein Portal aufgemacht? Schau noch mal kurz. Hier ist auch noch nichts. Sind doch einiges und können wir uns ein bisschen mit beschäftigen. Hier auch noch nichts. Hier auch noch nichts. Da gehen wahrscheinlich dann wieder die Feuer an, ne? hier ist der große Baum. Ach, schaut hin, das ist eine Statue. Ich würde sagen, das ist Yggdrasil. Ja, dann gehen wir zum Observatorium. Auf geht's. So, und hier haben wir zufällig ein Portal zurück. Oder müssen wir die Rune benutzen? Tatsächlich, wahrscheinlich, ne? Wir schauen uns aber nochmal das Observatorium an. Ich nehme an, wir müssen am Ende die Rune benutzen. Ja, hier sind wir nämlich hergekommen, da ist nichts. Okay. Und hier geht es ja wieder rüber, ne? Zur Halle der Heimstätt, nennen sie es. So, dann schauen wir ganz kurz durch. Zickzacks, genau, Raum und Zeit, eine Weberin, wir sollen einiges hier machen. Mord zum Tatort, Jake ist ermordet. Wir haben aber noch, um ehrlich zu sein, noch gar nicht reingeschaut. Die Frau, was sagen sie dazu, bestreitet, den Mord begangen zu haben. Wir wären ziemlich schlechte Ermittler, wenn wir sie einfach beim Wort nehmen würden, das ist richtig. Wir müssten also nach Hinweisen suchen. Vor allen Dingen, dass die... Ich meine, ne? Ihr wisst. So, wo ist die Rune? Das ist der goldene Gral. Ich sehe keine Rune. Es kann ja nicht sein, dass die... Oder... Wir können übrigens noch was wir nicht wirklich brauchen, in das hier rein tun. Aber wir haben keine Rune. Ich sehe zumindest keine. Oder jetzt Scarlet. Scarlet, ist du eine Rune? Oder ist die unten in der Leiste drin? Oder hätten wir die nehmen müssen irgendwo? Wo zum Henker? Ist die Rune? Oder haben wir zufällig hier irgendwelche... Ich schaue noch mal, wo die Rune zu finden ist, ne? Vielleicht gibt die uns ja die Weberin der Zeit.
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem.
Ich suche die Rune.
In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions? The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault. Except, it seems, you.
Ich will tatsächlich Nadeln und Faden.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is
Mit dem
it
kann man
not?
nicht handeln.
What lies at its heart? Why?
Pilze
Nothing, of course. The great absence
und
of all
ihre
that even the
Effekte.
gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us.
Oh, wir haben ein neues Rezept. Was ist das? Die goldene Pelle der Königin. Das TikTok. Das mit der Rune macht mich jetzt ein bisschen kirre. Ne?
The Lady of Time, the Weaver of History. I am your biggest fan, dear
Es
lady.
muss ja dann hier irgendwo ein Portal, das erste Portal muss doch hier jetzt irgendwo sein. Hätte ich gedacht. Aber anscheinend nicht, weil ich schau. Ah nee, wartet mal, hier ist es an. Hier, das ist, oder? Denke ich jetzt nicht. Kommt aber nicht. Hier geht's aber auch nicht dran. Ich dachte, dass vielleicht hier die Feuer uns einen Hinweis geben. Aber anscheinend nicht. Anscheinend, mit ein bisschen Glück, können wir hier traveln. Oder auch reisen.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm.
Ach, ist er der Agent?
I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zixzax, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone.
Nun gut, dann erzählt. Ich würde nur zu gerne hören, was uns Zigzags Agent raten mag.
And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be interconnected.
Ja, das haben wir auch schon. Das haben wir auch schon in Erwägung gezogen.
That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
Aber wie habt ihr herausgefunden, dass Jake Sternensteine gesammelt hat?
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the Grande Dame of Time, I snuck into his house and had a look around. The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
Wie wurdet ihr eigentlich zum Agenten?
I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert, then shared what little food and water he had with him. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories about his travels. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, that includes helping the two of you. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zixzax asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but Alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry, though. Use this one here, and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
Ein Gegenstück, zu der wir teleportieren können. Interesting. Gut, dann wissen wir auch, dass Arhu der Agent ist, oder auch Agent genannt. Wir haben eine Teleporter, damit können wir das Gegenstück finden. Und langsam wird die Sache interessant, dass es ja eine Verbindung gibt zwischen dem Quellenmagier, der Sache mit der Lehre und Jakes Ermordung. Wissen wir Bescheid, ne? Ich sag derweil ciao ciao und wir ermitteln mal weiter das nächste Mal.